Hello, Riverside families. My name is Kaylin Atkin, and I'm one of your scholars teachers. I could be their advisory teacher or their pre-calc teacher, a geometry teacher, or Algebra 2 honors. Those are the courses that I'm teaching this year. All right, a little bit about me. This is my family. I've got my cat, my dog. This is what I look like every day. I wear this lovely teaching cloak to greet scholars. Things I like to do, I like to ride my bike. I ride my bike to school most days and garden. We've got a pretty wild garden going on at our house this year. But let's talk about getting in touch with me. My contact information is katkin@riversidehighschool.org, and my office hours are Monday morning and Friday after school. Now, I always tell students if they can't make one of those two times to let me know, because we have scheduled our office hours such that someone from each department is available every morning and every afternoon, so I can help them find somebody else to work with if they need to. So a little bit about the way I run my classroom. We do what's called a flipped classroom. Now, in traditional classrooms, students take notes during class. The teacher is up at the board writing stuff down, and students take notes during class, and then they have to go home and do practice by themselves. So we do it in the exact opposite way. We flip it around. Before class, they watch a video about the lecture and take notes, and they get points for taking those notes. And then in class, we do a little warm-up activity. They get a chance to ask questions over those notes that they took. We'll do some group practice over that material. And then the major chunk of time is spent working on practice related to that lecture. The point of doing it this way is that the tough part about doing math is the doing of the math. And if they do it in class, they have opportunities to ask me questions. They have opportunities to work with their peers, which is really important to me to develop a collaborative culture in the classroom. And then the last little bit of class, sometimes we do what's called an exit ticket, which is just a quick check for understanding how are we doing on this topic, where are we at. So we do a flipped classroom. We also utilize two very important tools, Google Classroom and Delta Math. So let's pull up what that looks like. If you go to the Google Classroom dashboard, you'll see all of your scholars' classes. And I'm going to pull up my pre-calc class as an example. So we've got, if you go over to the classwork tab, you'll see all these various topics. I label them the same every time. It's the date and then the thing that we're doing that day. So let's see, let's go down to 2 days ago. In my pre-calc class on 8/25, the topic was factoring quadratics. Now, before students got to class, they were supposed to take or watch this video about factoring and take notes. And then when we got into class, we used this PowerPoint to give us some practice slides that we did as a group on our whiteboards. And then they get to work independently, or really with their group of people, on their Delta Math practice. So let's go check out Delta Math and see what that looks like. So I pulled up a sample student page for my pre-calc class, and you'll see in here this assignment about factoring. It's got a handful of questions in each topic. It says the due date, which would be the beginning of the next class that I see them. So Google Classroom lists everything that we do each day. This is a really important tool for students that are absent. You can always know what we did in class. You can always know what assignments were assigned. And then Delta Math is where we're doing a lot of our practice right now. And then let's talk about how students get graded in class. I've got a nice little pie chart we made here. You'll see that the biggest percentage of their grade comes from mastery. We do a skills-based grading. So when we take assessments, instead of getting an overall grade for an assessment, like a 97 out of 100, our students will get grades for each skill that we test, which is helpful so that we can see how students are doing on each topic, not just an overall picture. That's where a big chunk of their grades come from. This other large chunk is their independent practice. And in this class, or in my classes, you get points for taking notes. So half of your independent practice is just taking notes. And then the other half is whatever practice we do, be it Delta Math, a worksheet, in-class activity, what have you. All of that goes into the IP categories. So together, IP, independent practice, and mastery make up 75% of a student's overall grade. This year, we also have benchmarks exams, which will be worth 10%. That'll be coming in October this semester, and then I believe in March of next semester. And then we'll have a final that covers everything we talk about in the semester. We'll have a final this for the spring or the fall semester in December, and our spring semester final will be in May. Now, a caveat with the final exam in the spring only. If your scholar is a senior and they have a 90% or better in any class, they don't have to take the final. That's just for the spring final. They'll have to take the fall final regardless. But that's an extra incentive for students to really stay focused and keep on it all the way through in the spring semester. That's it for me. Please reach out if you have any questions or concerns. Again, my email is katkin@riversidehighschool.org. So lovely to be working with your scholars. I have a really great group this year. I feel very spoiled. I love your kids. All right, I hope you have a great day.